Have you ever stopped dead in your tracks and wondered, are aliens actually watching us right now? Every single step we humans take towards modernity, every breakthrough, every mistake, every war, every invention, are they seeing it all? Could the powerful beings we've called gods for thousands of years actually be these higher intelligence extraterrestrial entities? Beings who can observe our every move in crystal clear detail, but deliberately choose zero interaction, zero contact, zero interference. They just watch, study, and let the experiment run its course. These are some seriously huge claims. But on what solid ground are top scientists making statements like this? It's not random speculation from conspiracy forums. So let the story begin back in the 1970s, deep in the rural heartland of America, Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska, places like that. Farmers started waking up to a nightmare. Their cattle were found dead in the pastures with bizarre, almost surgical precision mutilations. We're talking clean, bloodless cuts that looked like they were done with lasers or some advanced tool, specific organs removed, genitals excised, eyes and tongues taken out. No signs of struggle, no footprints, no blood on the ground. These weren't normal predator attacks. This happened again and again, night after night, across entire regions. Ranchers were terrified, reporting it to local police and authorities. And by the way, friends, this is all documented true events. Hundreds of cases, official investigations, newspaper headlines screaming about it. At the exact same time, people in the same areas began spotting strange lights and UFO-like objects hovering silently in the night sky. Some witnesses described black helicopters with no markings appearing out of nowhere right after the mutilations. The stories exploded in the media. People came forward on TV and radio sharing their experiences, saying they felt watched, scared, like something was conducting experiments on their livestock. Authorities launched investigations, but answers never came. Just like that, people started connecting the dots. Was this some kind of alien lab work? Were these higher beings taking samples, testing, studying our biology without ever showing themselves fully? Yes, I'm serious. The narrative got so wild and popular that it fueled decades of UFO research and even government files that are still being declassified today. Now, around that same era, some of the world's sharpest scientific minds were already wrestling with a much bigger puzzle. One of them was physicist John Ball, who in 1973 put forward what we now call the laboratory hypothesis. A powerful solution to the biggest mystery in the cosmos. But to understand why he said what he said, we have to go back a little further to another genius lunch table moment. You remember Enrico Fermi, the Nobel Prize winner, the guy who basically designed the first nuclear bomb during the Manhattan Project? He was sitting with other top scientists in Los Alamos talking about the universe over lunch when the conversation turned to aliens. Fermi looked at everyone and dropped his legendary question: where is everybody? And friends, that question is pure genius. Just think about it. Our universe is 13.8 billion years old. That's not some small number. That's 13.8 billion years of time for life to emerge, evolve, and spread. In our observable universe alone, there are roughly 2 trillion galaxies. 2 trillion. And in just our Milky Way galaxy, there are between 100 and 400 billion stars. Now do the math with me. This will blow your mind. Even if only a tiny fraction of those stars have planets, and only some of those planets sit in the habitable Goldilocks zone where liquid water can exist, we're still talking about billions upon billions of potential Earth-like worlds. NASA's Kepler telescope and now the James Webb Space Telescope have already confirmed thousands of exoplanets. And the data shows that at least 1 in every 5 stars likely has at least 1 planet in that perfect life-friendly zone. The raw materials for life, carbon, oxygen, water, all the elements, are everywhere in the cosmos. They're not rare, they're common. So mathematically, intelligent life should not just exist, it should be common. It should have appeared multiple times across billions of years and trillions of planets. Some of those civilizations should be way older than us, way older. And here's where your brain really starts to fry. Look at our own timeline on Earth. Our planet is only 4.5 billion years old. The first living cells appeared around 3.7 billion years ago through abiogenesis, non-living chemicals somehow sparking into life. It took another 3 billion years or so for complex life to really take off. Fish crawled onto land about 390 million years ago. Dinosaurs ruled for roughly 165 million years and went extinct 66 million years back. And us modern humans? We've only been around for about 300,000 years. Agriculture? Just 12,000 years? The Industrial Revolution? Barely 200 years old. And in the last 100 years alone, we went from horse carriages to smartphones, from splitting the atom to sending robots to Mars and beyond. Just imagine that exponential curve of progress, friends. Technology and intelligence don't grow linearly, they explode. What we achieved in the last 200 years dwarfs everything from the previous 5,000 years. So if another planet somewhere got a head start of even just 100 million years, not even close to the full cosmic timescale, their civilization would be so far ahead of us it would look like magic. We're talking godlike technology, faster than light travel maybe, control over matter at the atomic level, artificial intelligence beyond anything we can dream, maybe even the ability to engineer entire planets or simulate realities. The gap between their intelligence and ours would be bigger than the gap between us and a spider, 1,000 times bigger. So again, where is everybody? Why don't we see their megastructures, their signals, their probes, their colonies? Why the great silence? This is the Fermi Paradox, and the laboratory hypothesis gives us one of the most chilling and elegant answers yet. Advanced civilizations don't destroy us or contact us because they've chosen to turn Earth into a giant laboratory, or a zoo, or both. They observe us like scientists in white coats watching lab rats run through mazes. They set the conditions, maybe even seeded the first life through directed panspermia billions of years ago, and then they step back completely. No interference. Why? Because any direct contact would contaminate the experiment. It would ruin the natural evolution, the natural choices, the natural filters that intelligent life has to face. They want to see how we develop on our own. Are we studying them, studying us? Maybe those cattle mutilations were just tissue samples. Maybe some ancient god encounters were brief check-ins that got recorded in our myths. And friends, this lines up eerily with what our religious texts have been saying all along. Look at the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna tells Arjuna he's part of a bigger cosmic play. The Bible talks about the Watchers, the sons of God who came down and observed humanity, even intermingled in some interpretations, but mostly stayed apart. The Quran speaks of Allah seeing everything, testing us, keeping accounts until the final day. Ancient Sumerian texts describe the Anunnaki as beings from the heavens who engineered humans and then stepped back to watch. Hindu scriptures talk about Vimanas, flying machines of the gods, and beings who descend but rarely stay to rule directly. Across cultures, the story is the same. Powerful entities who watch, who test, who judge, but who mostly remain hidden. What if those gods weren't supernatural at all? What if they were just advanced alien scientists running the longest experiment in cosmic history? Now here's the really scary part that makes the laboratory hypothesis even stronger. Maybe most civilizations never make it past certain barriers. Scientists call these the great filters, and every intelligent species might carry its own expiration date built right in. Think about it. We already have hydrogen bombs thousands of times more powerful than Hiroshima, biological weapons that could wipe out billions, artificial intelligence that's advancing faster than anyone predicted, quantum computers, self-improving systems that could one day decide humans are obsolete. On top of that, our own planet is heating up at alarming rates. Polar ice melting, islands sinking, extreme weather everywhere. Jakarta, Bangkok, Miami, and Mumbai, cities already feeling the pressure. Then there are the natural filters waiting ahead, massive asteroid strikes, supervolcano eruptions, gamma-ray bursts from distant stars that could fry the entire atmosphere in seconds. One wrong move, and it's game over. Maybe the lab keepers are watching to see if we survive our own adolescence. Maybe they've seen thousands of other species hit the same wall and collapse before they ever reached the stars. Just imagine, my friends, if this is true, then every news headline you read, every technological leap, every climate disaster, it's all data for some higher intelligence somewhere out there. They're not here to save us or conquer us. They're here to study whether we pass the test or become another failed experiment in their vast cosmic notebook. The silence isn't empty, it's deliberate. The darkness isn't empty space, it's a one-way mirror. This whole idea will completely rewire how you look at the night sky tonight. It will make you question every ancient story you've ever heard, every unexplained sighting, every leap in human progress. Are we alone? Probably not. Are we special? Maybe not in the way we think. Are we being watched? Quite possibly yes. Until next time, friends, keep looking up, because something might just be looking back. Stay curious, stay safe, and I'll see you in the full episode.
Okay, let's go. Number 10. The interdimensional or crypto-terrestrial hypothesis that says aliens are already living among us or beneath us right now. Recent papers by respected scientists suggest some UAP aren't from other planets, but from other dimensions or hidden bases right here on Earth, underground, underwater, or phased slightly out of our reality. The technology doesn't match interstellar travel. It matches something that never left. Whistleblowers describe non-human biologics recovered from crashes that look biological, but not from any known evolutionary tree. The hypothesis says they've been here longer than us, maybe sharing the planet in secret. Let that sink in. The aliens aren't coming. They're already home. We share the oceans and the crust with them, and we never noticed. The theory explains why some sightings happen in restricted military areas, why some objects emerge from the water and return to it, why the government acts like it knows more than it admits. They aren't visitors. They're neighbors. The crypto-terrestrial idea turns every strange ocean anomaly and every underground-based rumor into potential alien real estate. The most disturbing part is how close they might be. Not light years away, miles, or meters, phased just out of sight. The hypothesis doesn't feel like science fiction anymore. The data from UAP reports keeps pointing local, not distant. The sky isn't the only place they're hiding. The ground beneath your feet might be their front yard. The ultimate theory that suggests aliens are real is the one that says they never left. They're here. They've always been here. And the proof is in the sightings we can't explain and the data we can't release. The cosmos didn't send them. The cosmos hid them right under our noses. We are not alone on this planet. We never were. And the neighbors might finally be getting tired of hiding. Number 9. The dark forest theory that says aliens are real, but staying deadly silent for survival. Lucian's idea taken seriously by physicists. The galaxy is a dark forest. Every civilization is a hunter with a gun. The moment you reveal your location, you risk being wiped out by someone bigger and faster. So everyone stays quiet, everyone hides, everyone listens. The theory explains the Fermi Paradox perfectly. Aliens exist in huge numbers. They just don't broadcast. They don't build obvious megastructures. They stay dark and lethal. Let that sink in. The silence we hear isn't emptiness. It's paranoia. Every star system could contain a civilization holding its breath, waiting for the first idiot to light up the sky. We might have already sent signals that painted a target on Earth. The dark forest turns the cosmos into a deadly game of hide and seek, where the losers get erased. Advanced aliens aren't friendly explorers. They're armed and scared. The theory fits the data better than almost anything else. No signals, no obvious structures. Just the occasional strange visitor that doesn't stick around. They know the rules. We are still learning them. The forest is full of predators, and we just turned on a flashlight. The dark forest doesn't suggest aliens might exist. It assumes they do, and explains why they're terrifyingly quiet. Every new radio telescope we build could be ringing the dinner bell. The hunters are out there. They hear everything, and they don't forgive mistakes. The theory makes the night sky feel alive with hidden eyes and loaded weapons. We are not alone. We are simply not yet shot. The silence is survival, and the hunters are very good at it. The forest is dark for a reason, and that reason is them. Number 8. The zoo hypothesis that says advanced aliens are deliberately hiding from us. The idea is simple. We're in a cosmic zoo. Older civilizations know we're here, and they have a policy of non-interference until we reach a certain technological or ethical level. That explains the Great Silence perfectly. They're watching but not talking. They have the tech to stay invisible. Cloaking. Stealth orbits. Signals we can't detect yet. The galaxy is old enough that someone should have colonized everything. Yet we're alone in our little corner. The zoo hypothesis says that's on purpose. We're being protected or studied or allowed to mature. Let that sink in. The reason the sky looks empty is because someone wants it that way. They could be in our solar system right now, observing without us knowing. The hypothesis turns every unexplained UAP into a possible zookeeper checking the enclosure. It explains why we haven't been contacted openly. Advanced species might have rules about young civilizations. We are the animals in the exhibit. The keepers stay behind the glass. The idea is elegant and chilling. It means the silence isn't empty. It's polite, or strategic, or protective. Number 7. Directed panspermia and the idea that life on Earth was deliberately seeded. Francis Crick and Leslie Orgel proposed it decades ago. The building blocks of life arrived on comets or probes sent by an advanced civilization. The genetic code shows suspicious uniformity. Certain molecules appear in quantities that seem optimized rather than random. The jump from chemistry to biology on early Earth happened suspiciously fast. Directed panspermia says someone or something planted the first microbes here on purpose, maybe as an experiment, maybe as a backup, maybe as a message. The theory fits the data better than pure chance. Let that sink in. Your DNA might carry the signature of alien engineering from billions of years ago. The universe didn't just happen to spark life here, it was helped. And if it happened once, it could have happened on countless worlds. The senders might still be watching their experiment unfold, or they might be gone and we're the only ones left. Panspermia turns Earth from a lonely accident into a deliberate garden. The evidence is in the oddities of our biochemistry that don't match local chemistry. The theory explains why life appeared so quickly after the planet cooled. Someone gave it a head start. The cosmos feels less random, more intentional. Directed panspermia doesn't just suggest aliens exist, it suggests they cared enough to reach across space and seed us. We might be their descendants or their project. The idea reframes every living thing on the planet. Your cells might contain code written by hands we will never shake. The theory is elegant and terrifying. It makes humanity feel less like the center and more like the result. And the senders might still be out there checking on their investment. The stars look different when you realize one of them might have aimed something at us on purpose. Number 6. Martian meteorites containing microfossils and organic structures that look biological. ALH 84001 and other meteorites blasted off Mars millions of years ago carry tiny structures that resemble fossilized bacteria, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, magnetite crystals arranged in chains like those made by terrestrial microbes. The forms are too organized for random geology. NASA scientists published the findings and the debate exploded. Skeptics said contamination, but the structures sit inside the rock in ways that rule out Earth contamination. Recent analysis with better tools keeps finding more. Organic molecules in Jezero crater. Methane spikes that fluctuate seasonally like biological activity. Perseverance rover keeps sending back data that looks suspiciously like ancient lake beds with chemical signatures of life. Let that sink in. Mars might have had living things and some of them hitched a ride to Earth inside rocks. Panspermia isn't theory anymore, it's evidence on the table. The red planet wasn't always dead. It had water, it had atmosphere, it had time, and it might have had neighbors. The meteorites are physical proof that material moves between planets. If life started on Mars, it could have seeded Earth, or vice versa. The fossils are small, but the implication is massive. We're holding pieces of another world that once lived. The universe doesn't need to invent life twice if it can share it across space. Martian meteorites turn the solar system from sterile to potentially alive, and the life might not have stayed on Mars. It could be the reason you're here breathing right now. The rocks don't lie. The structures look biological because they probably are. Mars whispers that we're not the first, and the meteorites keep falling, carrying the evidence with them. Every new analysis adds another layer. The past is talking, and it's saying life got around. Number 7. Pentagon UAP reports and whistleblower testimony that defies every known propulsion system. In 2021, the US government released footage and data showing objects that accelerate from 0 to hypersonic in seconds with no sonic boom. No wings, no exhaust. They drop from 30,000 feet to sea level in the blink of an eye. Radar data confirms the maneuvers. Pilot eyewitness accounts match the sensor data. These things ignore gravity and inertia like the laws don't apply. Congressional hearings followed. Whistleblowers with high-level clearances described crash retrieval programs and non-human biologics. The Pentagon admitted the phenomena are real and unexplained. They aren't balloons, they aren't drones, they aren't secret American tech because the same objects show up worldwide. The performance envelope breaks every physics model we have for propulsion. Let that sink in. The most powerful military on Earth is on record saying something in our skies is operating with technology we don't possess. These aren't distant lights. They're objects interacting with our planes and ships. The reports keep coming. New videos surface every year. The pattern is consistent. Something is here and it's not ours. The government isn't calling them aliens yet, but the data leaves no other logical conclusion. Advanced propulsion, transmedium travel, instant acceleration. These are signatures of intelligence that mastered physics we haven't touched. The sky isn't empty, it's occupied, and the occupants don't seem interested in hiding completely anymore. UAP aren't a conspiracy. They're a documented reality the Pentagon itself can't explain away. The evidence is public. The implications are terrifying. We're sharing the planet with something that can outmaneuver anything we fly, and they have been for decades. The reports aren't stopping. They're increasing. The truth is leaking out one declassified video at a time, and every new release makes the word alien feel less like science fiction and more like the only explanation left. Number 8. JWST biosignature detections on distant exoplanets that scream technological activity. The James Webb Space Telescope launched and immediately started spotting atmospheres that shouldn't exist without life tweaking them. Dimethyl sulfide on K218, B, phosphine on other worlds. Molecules that on Earth are produced almost exclusively by living organisms or industrial processes. These aren't vague hints. The spectral lines are clear. Astronomers run the models, and natural geology can't explain the concentrations. Something is actively pumping those gases into the air. Combine that with the sheer number of Earth-like planets in habitable zones, and the picture sharpens fast. We're not talking about microbial sludge. Some of these signatures look like they could come from advanced energy production or waste. The telescope keeps delivering more. Each new observation tightens the knot. If these are false positives, the coincidences are piling up too perfectly. Scientists who once scoffed at alien life now pause when they see the data. The universe is full of planets that look engineered, not by accident, by design. Your nightly sky contains worlds where the air itself might be artificial. Let that sink in. We are staring at atmospheres that behave like someone is living there and using technology. The silence we feared might not be silence at all. It might be them keeping quiet on purpose. JWST isn't just finding planets, it's finding fingerprints, and the fingerprints don't match anything natural we've ever seen. The telescope turned the cosmos into a crime scene, and the evidence keeps pointing away from us being alone. Every new spectrum adds another voice to the chorus saying life is common. Intelligent life might be common too. The data doesn't whisper, it shouts, and the shout is getting louder with every orbit. We are no longer guessing, we are detecting. The age of denial is ending. The age of confirmation is beginning right now above our heads.